We are back. One of your favorite panels at AfterBuzz TV, or I should say the favorite panel, is back. It is the Zoo After Show. We're talking lots of gore, which made me very excited, manimals, and all kinds of goodness around the globe. It is the Zoo After Show next.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Oh, I love it.
Oh, yeah. Whoa, God! Scared me. Which one is this?
Right. This is Soundgarden Spoonman. They played it during the episode. This is my
right.
time period. You weren't even around when this was out. Hi, this is the Zoo After Show here at AfterBuzz TV, and I am James Lott Jr. I'm so glad to be back. And, you know, there's a lot to talk about this episode. There's a lot.
God.
Jesus. So, and of course, I'm not alone. Of course I'm not alone. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Cameron Lewis.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Season 2 of Zoo on AfterBuzz TV. Hey, I have a new hashtag for Season 2.
Okay, what is it?
In addition to hashtag Watch the Monkeys, I think we need to do hashtag Watch the Manimal.
Well, I like that, but we're calling him Manimal right now because we don't really know. He's kind of half animal, half man. I'm going back to the 70s. I'm like Manimal. That's what I grew up in. I grew up that show Manimal, so I'm like Manimal.
Looks like the product of a Arkansas marriage or something.
There you go, but
Who knows?
Here's what's so funny. So a year ago, I started laughing. A year ago, I did the show with Miss Jordana Morphin, who will be back next. I almost said Sunday.
Should be, what day is it? I don't even know, because the premiere was 2
2
hours long.
It was 2 hours long. Okay, so she'll be back next Tuesday with us every Tuesday. We love you, Jordana. I know you guys are going to miss her, but she will be back. But it was Jordana and I did this show together, and I hadn't met you yet, and then I met you in the next episode. This was the first show I ever led an after show.
Well, welcome back.
Why, thank you. But no, this show holds
Jordana underscore Morphin.
That's right, Jordana underscore Morphin. No, for me, it just holds special meaning because I was the first show I led hosted. I've never led hosted before, so I came here.
That's fun.
And I do 8,000 of them.
You do 8,000 of them.
Of course.
I'm so excited, though, because this show... First of all, this is the first time I've watched Zoo with headphones on.
Yeah, oh, that's right.
And
yes.
I do not recommend that for many different reasons. One, there's a lot of loud cuts to commercial.
Yes.
And I crap my pants every time we were about to see a soap ad.
Yes.
And then the music is like really dramatic.
Very dramatic. Lots of strings. Lots of drums. Lots of percussion.
It's like they're drinking coffee. It's like, oh,
You're
man.
totally in there. Actually, tell folks where they can find you because the hashtag ABTVZoo and the hashtags we bring up here, you can use those to talk to us. Where can they find you?
Oh, on Twitter at the only camshaft or at AfterBuzz TV. James Lott Jr. is at
James Lott Jr.
How about that?
Isn't that so easy
You
and
know,
simple?
I watched one of our old Zoo episodes.
What'd you think?
That's when you had the old Twitter handle.
I have Black Hope LA. So this year,
Yeah.
if you guys watch the old episodes and you try to find me, I'm not there anymore. Black Hope LA is dead.
That's right.
Like tonight's,
Oh, God.
like the villagers from tonight. They're
Hope is
dead.
alive, though.
Now, Hope is always alive.
Hope is alive.
Now, I want to give a shout out to D-Style, who couldn't make it right now because he said he has to get up early in the morning. But I told him to give a shout out. He's one of our regulars.
D-Style.
He's been promoting the show all week. And right now, Tater Squad's in here. Remember Tater
No,
Squad?
really?
But he's under a new name called
Potato Squad?
Fry Squad. It's under Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Oh, like Obi-Wan Kenobi?
Yeah,
What
but
does that have to
Kobe.
do with potatoes, though?
Remember last time he said he just
Keep it
liked
consistent,
tater
man.
tots. He just liked them.
That's right.
But we're happy to see you back here. And everybody else who's been tweeting us all week. So let's get into it. It's called The Day of the Beast. It's episode 1, I guess, and 2 of season 2.
12 pages enough.
Oh no, I know. It was
ridiculous.
It was crazy. So the way it ended last season, of course, was a dramatic and epic. There was every animal species known to man in Washington D.C. And there was a monkey. There was a gorilla. There was all kinds of stuff in there. Birds were flying nearby.
It looked like Noah's Ark had just opened the doors.
You say, come on out.
Yeah, that's what it looked like.
That's what it did look like. And they were staring them down in that Jeep.
Yeah.
And also, we had Jamie stuck in New Brunswick, Canada.
Yeah, where is that in Canada? Do we know?
New Brunswick, I think that's the eastern seaboard, right?
Eastern Canada?
I think it is eastern. Okay. Somebody tell, as usual, because I'm not that smart. Tell me what's going on in here, and I will read the right answer because I could be wrong. But so we know she's stuck there with that guy with the leopard.
With the cure.
Let's do it in air quotes. You can't see us on the podcast, but you can find us on
Quote,
iTunes.
podcast listener.
Exactly. I like that. Exactly.
I'm going to start doing that. That's going to be my thing
I like
for the
that.
season.
I do like that.
Special notes to the podcast listeners.
Yeah, I like that. It's good.
James is wearing a shirt that says #WatchTheMonkeys podcast listener. Back to you, James.
Why, thank you. Okay, so they get they get away. Obviously, we had a feeling they could get away. So they but what's funny is they hit a rhino.
Good God!
Because I know for a fact when you hit deer, I'm in Pennsylvania and stuff. The deer can hurt your car.
Did you ever hit a deer?
We did, and they hurt the car.
Yeah, it's not good.
So the deer actually got up and just like laughed at us and walked away.
Sometimes it hurts more than the car too.
I know. So they hit a rhino, and that car was done.
Yeah, imagine that.
I know, a rhino.
Just driving along casually, and a freaking rhinoceros comes at you.
That'd be scary. So they have that happens, and they have to get out the car.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, as you know, Jackson had that dog bites.
That's right. I forgot about that until we saw it, though.
Me too.
It did not look good.
Oh, no, it looked almost gangrene.
I got a couple weeks ago a spider bite that did kind of look similar, so now I'm a little nervous.
You're gonna turn into a manimal.
Well, might not be the worst thing.
Hey, could be fun.
Yeah.
I'd say that guy, he kind of had a body, kind of.
Spider can, yeah.
Ever a spider can.
Alexis Torres in the booth.
That's Alexis Torres. You know who she is. She actually did a few shows with us last year. She engineered.
Yeah, 8 Torres 890.
You know, 890.
Yeah, I was mostly just cringing the entire time.
I know.
Indulging or running away from flying objects.
Oh my God, that's right. The flying roaches. And also, you did look up some stuff for us too while we were.
Yeah, I know. And talking about servals.
Oh, she was the one that was there. Okay, you guys have to go back to season 1.
Go to the. I have it clipped out. If you go to my Facebook page,
you go on my
it's Cameron Lewis. I said cervix instead of cervix.
One of my funniest memories ever on television.
I just remember not having lungs that day.
Yes, I couldn't. Oh, I couldn't. I laughed
so hard.
Yes. Okay, so Jackson he's smart because there's actually gasoline coming out from the bottom of the Jeep, and he makes a wall of fire. So because animals don't like fire.
How likely is that? Can you actually?
No, animals don't like fire. No, animals don't like fire.
No, not like that. I know animals don't like fire. I don't like fire. But how likely is it that you can drive a Jeep and do the line of fire? I'm curious. Maybe you can. Should we try it?
Let's try it.
All right, let's post a video. If you see just me next week with Jordana, you know it didn't work out too well for James.
Well, I always have to suspend belief a little bit on this show.
Of course.
Because they're a little fanciful. We'll say that.
My best friend is an elephant, so I'm with you. I totally understand.
Yes, you understand. So Jackson, of course, also as he sets the line of fire, thinks he's Rambo.
I'm having so much fun. I'm so glad we're back on this show.
I know,
Sorry,
this will be good. This will be good. This is good. And he jumps out of the car, rolls perfectly.
Love it.
But a tiger is standing over him.
I hate it when that happens.
Oh God, I'd be scared crapless.
Yeah, I got the cat recently, and when the cat stands next to me, I get nervous. Let alone a freaking leopard.
There's times when my Scrabble, my little chihuahua, looks at me like he's like, "You look delicious."
Right?
He does to me sometimes. He licks his lips. I'm like, "Why look at me like that, Scrabble?" I know I just had some turkey or whatever. You want to eat me or whatever. It's kind of scary. This show always makes me paranoid about my animals.
Oh yeah.
The turtles. I see these turtles that have big claws. They're trying to get me. It's kind of crazy.
The turtles.
The turtles. And then so Jackson's dealing with that. Then all of a sudden, hornets. It was like a cornucopia.
Oh my God.
Of stuff.
This is not. I don't like this because actually, when I was a Boy Scout, we had a meeting. They call it meeting. We had a board council meeting with the Boy Scout troop. Outside, and one of the kids in my troop, he threw a rock at a hornet's nest and threw juice up in the air. It landed on me, and I got stung in the head 27 times.
Did you really?
I did.
Oh my God.
27 times. I was running back. Here's the thing. I was horrible at the time, but if you think about what other people saw me doing from afar, I just looked like I was a crazy person because I was running at full speed going like this. So I hate bees and hornets and things for that reason.
I'm allergic to bee stings. And the first time I found out was so you too. So as a kid at Griffith Park, I grew up in LA, so we used to go to Griffith Park all the time. And there was this whole thing of bees. And that's when I was like 8 or 9. So when I first found out I was allergic to that.
When's the last time you were stung by one?
About 9 years ago, and I go to hospital.
Ugh. See, I don't.
Yeah, I get it. And most insects, I'm allergic to all this stuff. Fleas, everything. I just totally everything. So this hornet thing they're fine. I was surprised Chloe didn't get stung more. I was kind of shocked.
That's my only question about it too, because she goes to rescue the baby.
Yeah.
And the mom has bees
covered all
eating
over
her face alive.
Yes. I was like, yes, some gore.
It was pretty great. It was a pretty great shot. But Chloe's fine.
Chloe's fine.
Maybe there's something in her blood.
Well, no, they say some people are not. You know, they don't get stung by mosquitoes and stuff. Like they don't like they say mine's juicy blood, I guess, and that's why they like to come to me. It's very juicy and sweet.
See.
Oh no, I want to call you. I'm gonna call you Tater Squad anyway. I don't know. You're Tater Squad. Says during the Hornet scene, all I could think of was Nicolas Cage saying, "Not the bees." That's pretty funny.
That's right.
That's pretty funny too. I'm just calling you Tater Squad. I don't care. You're Tater Squad to me.
Tater Squad.
Baby, the mom dies. Bye, lady. She's gone.
Yeah.
Like that's it. Yeah, she had her moment with the bees.
She died by the bees. How? Did she get stung? No, they ate her face.
They ate her face. It was
Bees
like,
ate her face.
And then Abe and Mitch get to Amelia's building, and then Chloe gets there, then Jackson. Now, at first Jackson's like, I didn't see any of the animals. I'm like, why is he lying?
Why did he lie?
Because they never really explained why he lied about not seeing the... Because they flash back to the tiger just sniffing him and walking off.
I know why he lied.
Why?
Because the tiger smelled him and thought, you're one of us.
Ooh.
Hence the blood mutation.
Oh, yeah.
Hence
Okay.
that's why.
Okay, that makes sense. And he
I didn't think about that before.
And they're still trying not to give away that he has a weird...
Right.
That's the whole theme of most of this episode is that he's hiding. Him and Chloe know this because she saw the blood test when he got back to the IDGA DVR or whatever place they went to.
The DVR,
The
yeah.
DVR, went to DVR VCA.
IDAG?
And
IDAG?
IDAG, yes.
IADG.
DG.
There
Like,
it is.
Jesus. Like these acronyms.
FBI. There it is.
SOS.
SOS.
I'm sending out an SOS. And so he gets blood test done. He doesn't care about the blood test. But Chloe's like, I'm his wife, which was kind of funny. And she's like, oh my God, no! No, I'm kidding. She wasn't that dramatic. But she kind of looked at it. We find out that he's not a universal donor anymore. He was O negative, which is a universal. Yeah. O is always a thing that can donate out to anybody and can usually receive from anyone.
What blood type are you?
I'm A positive.
Oh, okay.
I did a blog about you should know your blood type, and I posted it, and it got so many hits. People don't know.
I don't know my blood type.
You don't?
No.
Oh, well, most of my family were A's.
IB positive. I don't know it.
If you were AB positive, AB negative, that's not good.
I said IB positive that I don't know.
Jesus.
But why should you know your blood type? In case of emergency, I guess?
Yes, it's kind of nice. So you just, it's nice to.
They can't just figure it out?
They can. You have to take your blood and figure
Save
it out.
some time.
To save some time.
I see. Okay.
You know, I'm an organizer. It's all
can
about
you
saving
tell
time.
me can you feel my blood type, or is it something I have to?
You feel like I'm gonna guess you're B negative.
Okay. I'm gonna go get it checked tonight. There's an urgent care down the street.
Actually, there is.
We're doing this.
Oh my God! I think you should just know your blood type.
Okay, I'll get it figured out.
So then we flash back to Canada. Jimmy has a leopard. Her and the guy are now friends because he don't speak language, but they're friends now.
Yeah, the weird dude.
The weird dude.
Yeah.
But then all of a sudden he goes outside, comes back in, and he's fucking. He's something mauled to death.
Yeah, no, he is. No, you were accurate the first time.
Yeah,
he's effing mauled to
Yeah,
death.
he was mauled to death. I was like, oh, poor guy.
He went out to get the mail.
We don't know what he went out to get.
Yeah, no, he still had Netflix DVD service. And he went out there because he lives in the middle of bum F nowhere. And he comes back mutilated.
Poor thing. Oh, hello, Lisa. She's in there. She says, I like the...
What up,
she goes,
Lisa?
The zoo crew is back. I think I like your after show better than the actual show. Well, thank you.
Hey, us too.
Yep. No.
I'm just kidding.
We like
Well, a little
CBS
bit.
Zoo.
I do.
In air quotes.
Podcast listener, that was an air quote.
It was an air quote. So now there's all these bears outside and wolves and things just coming at them at the door. And then, okay, what was that? You guys tell me, what was that thing that was inside the house?
Oh, it was a
meerkat?
It's not a meerkat. It's and it's not a loris because a loris is cuter.
Cervix?
Is it a serval?
I don't know.
don't remember what servals look like. Alexis, can you look up a picture of a serval, please?
I was literally about to do that.
Thank you. This is. Please make sure to spell it the right way because I've made that mistake before.
Yes, I know.
But it looked like it was part.
Some sort of. Sorry.
Okay, so this is what a serval.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Oh, that's not it. Yeah.
That's not it.
Okay, wait. Was it a lynx?
No, it wasn't a cat. It wasn't a feline. It was like.
It looked like a minx or something.
So it wasn't.
No,
wait,
minx
it
is
wasn't
a
cat?
feline.
No.
Is it a cat or not?
No, it was of the rodent variety.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh.
And I couldn't tell what it was. I'm like, he showed up twice in the show. She was like, oh, and it was hissing at her.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna look up something. You guys
Okay.
continue.
Yes. Okay. So it got in somehow. She's like, how'd you get in? I'm thinking, how'd you get in?
And it, by the way, it never hurt her. It was just
No,
like.
it was like squealing at her.
It's
or
very
whatever.
weird.
Yes. So she barricades herself in the basement, but she drops the box of the leopard.
Yeah.
Goes down. He's out roaming around. He's
By
a
the
cute little
way,
leopard.
for a very valuable animal,
Yes.
throwing it down the
Yes.
stairs is ill-advised.
Right.
I'd like to point that out.
I know. And
I know you were rushed,
Yes, she was a little scared.
but
I'd be scared
God.
too. Yeah, it's just kind of hello, girl. Meanwhile, back in DC, Chloe and Jackson had a little disagreement on what's going on and what he is and the whole Noah objective, which is a big thing this season, I think. The Noah objective. He says in 6 weeks we have to kind of worry about this.
And we were introduced to that late last
season because I said, remember Noah? I was like, yeah, two and two and two and two and two, and the whole Noah thing.
Yeah.
But they're thinking about killing everything off to start over, like keeping the
Yeah.
business to start over.
Yeah. Well,
And-
well, do you think now? Here, I'm just going to throw this out there.
Okay.
Say we're in this situation, the real world. Is that something that you think is a good idea?
No, but they're trying to find a way. They're trying to find a non-violent way to do this. I'm always for the non-violent way.
Me too. Me too. But it's an interesting thing because, like, this is a terrible
Oh
situation.
no, well yeah, we're busy. They call it the Day of the Beast because it was attacking all over the world. The beasts were going
Yeah.
crazy.
But that's what I like about this show and shows like The Walking Dead because it's like you kind of have to throw out your real world everyday
Morals.
morality
Yeah.
and consider
Not to interrupt.
your two options.
Is
Yes.
this what it looked like?
No.
No.
Dang it.
Somebody, okay, so Alexis, and here in the chat room, they're saying it might be a marmont or a kinkajou.
A Pikachu?
This is a nice.
The
This is
Pikachu.
This is a marmot that I'm looking at right now.
I don't think it was
Pretty much a
that. It was
giant rat.
darker.
It
Darker
was
with a smaller
more like
face.
a Loris.
Okay.
Hi, Cindy J.
I know that a lot of people say that rats apparently hiss if like certain types of rats.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that would have.
It was bigger. It was much bigger. It looked.
Yeah.
It had it was of that family, but it was a much bigger,
Yeah.
sleeker face.
I'm gonna find this. It's gonna kill.
So they're
me.
saying Martin. They said so maybe kinkajou.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at.
Kinkapoo.
Okay, so
Peekaboo.
so they're trying to like because now the insects have it. So like the insects are mutated. Everything's now it's just
See, now that is a terrifying concept
is
because
to me.
once, like, I mean,
Mosquitoes and
what
stuff.
was the West Nile? I mean, West
Yes.
Nile, Zika now.
Zika, yeah.
It spreads like wildfire. That's it, I think.
like that's it. That's it.
That is it.
This one is a kinkajou.
It's what-
Pikachu. Good job.
Yes.
that was Tater Squad.
Good job, Tater Squad.
Thanks.
But yeah, so the insect, the whole idea of the insects
Yeah.
getting it is terrifying because insects were
No,
everywhere.
everywhere. I killed 5 spiders last night at my house. I mean, like you
Yeah,
said, we
that's
just,
what I
like-
mean. And like
Because that heat,
gnats,
man.
flies.
Yes, I'm like,
Ugh.
yeah, because I mean, I have a lot of plants and stuff, so I track things, and so I'm like, I just think you can't really hide from that.
Gotta get rid of those plants
No.
for your own safety.
Thank you, Alexis. No, I
Yeah,
just
bring
do.
on the disease.
Yes. For the plants.
Oh my god. Okay, so Amelia's motorcade. We met Eleanor, she's a new character, Eleanor Lewis with an IDGA.
Yeah.
Amelia's motorcade was attacked, so she's no longer with us.
God,
She was
clearly
like,
somebody got a different job.
she was like, there was no survivors. Homegirl was gone. And then I learned something new, as you guys know. This is like Animal Kingdom for me. I learn things new all the time on the show. And I knew 2 of the things. I didn't know the 5. The 5 species that are essential to mankind's survival. And they are bees, which I knew about.
Did you know about butterflies too?
Yes, I did.
Those are the 2 I knew about too.
Because they pollinate everything.
Yeah.
Everything. But I didn't know bats were essential.
Yep. I knew about bats.
Really? I knew that.
Yeah.
Primates.
Well, yeah. I don't think I thought about that, but that makes sense.
And plankton. So
plankton.
well,
Alexis.
yeah, plankton is just like that's like food for everything in the seas.
But so.
Okay, it makes
Yeah.
sense. Okay.
So I was like,
But what
how are they
about
gonna eat
bats? What's the deal with bats?
Well,
Yeah.
bats, I believe. Gosh, what did they tell me? I know in the Philippines, bats are like glorified.
Are they really?
Things? Yeah, because the fact that I think they eat all the insects. So I know
Oh,
that's that.
okay.
Fruit bats usually eat the insects around it and stuff like that. I don't know like the specifics. I know that for the fact they're kind of like mosquito catchers, but like bigger.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay. So it's all part of the ecosystem. So
Yeah,
they're all
like
part
they
of it.
do,
But the
yeah.
plankton makes sense. You just said about the plankton that makes
Well,
sense.
yeah.
Wait, what's interesting about the plankton is it's 5 species they said essential to human life.
Yeah.
To human survival. I never eat plankton.
No,
No,
but- yeah.
not you, but the animals eat plankton. You eat
Yeah.
the animals.
Yeah.
What animal do I eat that eats plankton?
Fish.
Fish.
What I could elect to not eat fish and be fine.
That's true. That's true. But then if we don't eat fish, maybe a mammal will eat a fish and then we'll eat that. Well, not a mammal, but you know
Yeah.
what I mean. Like
Yeah.
another animal will eat
Bears
the
eat
fish. and then
fish and stuff.
The
Yeah.
circle of life, guys. If you don't watch Lion King, you know,
Hello.
there you go.
What's the name of the film?
Lion King?
He's not liking
I'm just
whatever.
kidding.
I know.
So Tater Squad said bats pollinate certain fruits in tropical jungles too.
There it
They
is. I couldn't remember
oh.
what they actually
You were
do
close,
with
Lex.
the
You were
fruits.
getting there. You were
Yeah, I was
getting
like,
there.
It's just so funny to think about. We'll move on a second. Sorry, but these of all the animals,
Yeah.
you think like, okay, I don't know what else is more important, but I'm not gonna throw that out there, PETA. I know you're watching. But bees, bats, butterflies,
Save the bats.
primates, and plankton.
Yeah, primates and plankton were two things. But now she said plankton now makes sense with primates. I'm like, aren't they like humans kind of? So.
But they probably, my guess for primates, and this is a very uneducated guess,
which are watch monkeys,
is that they just kind of help manage the population of other species. I don't know though.
Yeah, I don't know.
I just think that they're really smart, so they're able to just help out a little bit more. They build and
that's
they
true.
communicate, and
I'm surprised ants are, because ants have their own
I
colonies
thought ants
and
would
stuff
be
too.
on there. For
Those
sure.
I think are in the bat category.
Maximus Games, we started about maybe 10 minutes
You
ago.
started 20 minutes ago.
20 minutes ago. Exactly when we started.
We're at the part of the episode where they're talking about the 5 species that are essential to human
Yes,
life.
thanks for joining us. I know it's late for some people. Okay, so Eleanor's going to send choppers for Jamie because they all decide they want to go. They all have to be there because the leopard needs to be sedated the right way, and they all kind of talk their way into going to Argentina.
By the way,
don't
Mitch
cry
is
for me, Argentina. The truth is, I never left you.
Mitch is very adamant about the sedation.
Yeah, but we also get to see Jamie too. Even Eleanor puts on that. She's like, it ain't just about the sedation. It's about Jamie.
Wimpy crying baby of this episode, though.
I
love Mitch.
He was very over the top.
Dude,
he was like,
y'all need to chill out. Somebody's a little sexually frustrated, I think.
Oh, he probably is. Lisa's all glad at least learned something about animals in this preposterous killer animal show. It's a little.
I love it.
It's a little, yeah, sure. Okay, so the president declares a state of emergency evacuation, and so there are some.
It's
safe
about
zones.
damn time.
Yeah, I know. So there's some say there's Albany, Dover, and Portland. I can't remember. Where
Albany,
Dover is.
New York.
Yeah, I know it's upstate New York.
Dover, Massachusetts.
And then Portland.
Portland.
So-
What about the middle of the freaking country?
Your family, bye bye. The South, but the South.
Also, Portland?
All that flat land. That's
Yeah,
it.
that's it.
But what are people doing in Portland?
I don't know.
They're all drinking PBR. They're too busy to help any of us.
There's a lot of mountain areas, so there's a lot of higher ground, or
There is mountain areas there. There is Mount Hood's there.
That's the only thing I'm thinking. I'm not trying to squash your hopes and dreams out there, Cameron.
No, yeah. I'm just upset that we're forgetting about the rest of the country there.
Yeah.
No St. Louis for you.
Bye, Mom and Dad.
Thanks.
Guess
Bye,
the
guys.
bees are getting you.
Oh, I love
Watch out for the butterflies, apparently.
it. Maximus, thanks for. You're glad to see you guys. Jordana is on assignment right now.
Those people, for the podcast listeners, those are people commenting on the YouTube.
That's why she's like, she'll be back next week. Okay, so they decide to go with the chopper. They're gonna meet the chopper team. They're gonna try to get a cure in the leopard. They're going.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Jamie tells the leopard, "You'll be safe." She gets a string. She gets herself out. I thought at first I was like, "Why is she doing a string?" But now it makes sense.
Why
to
did
lead
she?
them to lead them to the leopard.
Well, good God, I would hope they would check the friggin' basement by themselves, right?
You never know.
I honestly, if I flew in and saw the rope, I'd be pissed that she put it there because I'm like, okay, that's a knock on my intelligence. You don't think I'll check downstairs?
I just never know. I don't know. I was kind of glad she's too smart to do that. Because she was busy trying to get out that house. She had to get out the house.
Yeah.
And she opens the gates. She starts a flare. A giant bison is staring her down.
You ever seen one of those in real life?
Yes, I've been in Bismarck, North Dakota several times.
Oh yeah,
they're up there. They're all
we
there.
actually
I ate them too.
Back in Missouri, there's nature reserves and there's bison there.
Yeah.
And there's like a drive-through nature reserve, and our car got stopped because one of them walked in front of our car. My dad, stupidly enough, got out and tried to move it,
What?
and it started charging us.
Yes.
And I was like, "This is the best."
Dan, you're the greatest.
I'm so glad we lived to tell the tale.
Yes, exactly.
But at the time, it was great. Now, as an adult, I'd be like, "Holy crap!" Because those things are huge.
I almost called your dad Mr. Lewis.
Yeah, you can call him Mr.
I
Lewis.
guess they're right.
Yeah, who
Yeah,
cares?
Mr. Lewis. Yeah, Mr. Lewis. That's crazy.
Yeah, it was insane.
That is
Friggin'
insane.
bison, they're huge animals.
That sounds really scary.
I know
Yeah.
it does. I mean, we don't do that
Like
in
I've
England.
never seen bison, but we have
Oh,
caribou.
yeah,
In
caribou.
the Philippines,
Oh,
and
yeah.
those things are very sensitive. So
Yes.
if you're ever just in their space, they're like, hey, and they'll just charge at you.
They have the
So-
biggest heads.
Yeah,
They do.
right.
The biggest heads.
They
and
do.
also the biggest turds. Back to you, James.
Yes, and so
On that
they,
note.
and I know the biggest turds, James Lott Jr. They have to leave because the animals are there's stuff happening. Mitch does a sit down. I love that part. He just said,
I know.
"I'm not going."
I'm not
Going. I just sat down.
Reminded me of kindergarten.
Might be my grandchildren. I'm
when
like,
they
what's going on?
tried to make me like come back in from recess.
Yeah. He just said he did a sit-in. He thought he was like a Democrat.
Yeah.
He
They
did a
should have
sit-in.
left him there.
They were like, no, they can't leave him there. Well, no.
I mean, they could have. They're talking about the cure for the world,
Yes.
and they're like, "Come on, Madge, we gotta get Madge." It's like, no,
He has feelings for Jamie. He wants to make sure she's okay. He'll leave one
I know.
behind.
I wanted him to be left there so we can go find Jamie.
Oh, yes.
For real.
It was crazy.
That's very sweet.
But big old black man said, "No, you're coming with me." Abe snatched him up and was like, "You're coming with me. I hate you for this."
I love me some Abe, man.
Abe is the bomb.
My God.
Abe is
Rafiki.
Rafiki said Rafiki to him. That's right, always. He's the bomb. He's the man of reason. He knows what's good. He knows that he's the reasoner. Everybody else is acting on motion. He knows.
You want to hug him, and you know that he has the power to end lives for you.
Yes.
So powerful, Abe.
Yes. Mitchell's out of control. I think he may be nicer if he
Who said
mutated.
that?
Cindy J.
Cindy J.
So he might be nicer if he mutated.
That might be true, Cindy J.
No.
I'd love to see it
He made it bigger
mutated
for you. Made it bigger for you.
Ah, thank
You're-
you.
you're
I do not
blind
have my
ass.
glasses.
You're blind ass.
I didn't know that you were reading the chat.
Cindy
huh?
J. Abe is the best.
Abe is the best. I love Abe. She loves Abe too. Yeah, he's the best.
Keep those comments going on YouTube. I love it.
Yes, you guys are in. I love it. You guys are with us tonight. But anyway, so they get back. Chloe is singing Friends to the Baby and reunites with the dad.
Creepiest lullaby.
Yeah, I know what that means. I was like,
I do not like French lullabies, for the record.
my God, see, I didn't say all
I
that
think
stuff.
all European lullabies are creepy. Have you ever heard of a German one?
No, I've never heard. No, never heard of those.
sleep, little baby.
Is that what they sound like?
Rock a baby on the treetop.
He's offended half our viewers.
Yep.
You think half our viewers are in Germany right now?
I meant like lady.
Cindy J, are you offended?
She's laughing. She's like, he is.
I love it.
She loves it. So yes.
my word.
Chloe asked Jackson. So yes, okay. So we know that that the blood is kind of weird happening in Jackson. There's something going on with him. Jamie finds a way to hide. Like your point, those animals are chasing after her. But sitting there was creepy. She's sitting there in that little nook and like hearing animal sounds everywhere.
Yeah.
I would be pooping my pants.
I would have passed out.
Yeah, from the scare and from
Yeah,
the fear.
100%.
Yeah.
The minute I saw the bison in front of my face, I would have passed out. I would have been dead a long time ago. And by the way, let me give you some context. She's a journalist
Yes.
who's going to the woods and experiencing all this. She came on board to write an article at one point.
Yes,
She
that's
was
true.
just doing her job.
Oh my God.
Yes.
No, I know. It's freaking awesome.
Literally, she was just doing her
Power
job.
to
you
Jamie. My
Can you just
God.
imagine that. Just like, I'm just going to go do this book and just talk about nature. Oh, God.
I know. It's
That
ridiculous.
would be us right now. Just sitting here, we host these shows, and it's like I'm in New Brunswick in the dead of
What,
winter.
and then random bison.
You
And
know,
random bison.
There is something that is like really exciting about that because like imagine if we were the ones to have like the emergency broadcast going
I would be
through it.
so afraid. But also, I would love to do that because I think we'd do a really good job. But at the same time, I would be very afraid.
Maximus just in the YouTube chat has asked a very good question. How do the animals not smell her? I don't know. Maybe she like wiped a bunch of, you know how they do in some movies, like the blood and the feces and things like that to kind of cover her scent.
Also, what's the point of the baby? It was supposed to be okay. Here's the thing, Lisa. You have to understand. This is CBS. It's they want to throw in some like cute moments or like warm moments throughout all these killing and everything. And I think the baby.
Here's the thing. Exactly. It's a symbol that humanity is alive.
Yes, there's hope. Because you say because we didn't know the mother at all. She's like the mother was brave. Like we don't know if she was brave or anything. We don't know her.
Speaking of hope, James Lott Jr., there's hope for the folks out there if they subscribe to the podcast in iTunes to listen every week. 5-star review. Tell James Lott Jr. how you feel about him. Let us know what you think of the show and share it with a friend. Subscribe. It'll pop in your phone every week, whether you want it to or not. Back to you, James Lott Jr.
Tell me how you feel about him.
I would love to hear it. Cindy J loves me, I think.
I think she likes you. She's into you right now.
I love Cindy J.
So Jackson sends the team back. Chloe is like, okay, you are healthy, but you're not even a donor. So your blood is changing into what? I'm trying to figure out what that means.
Yeah.
What's going on there? So they get the leopard back onto the back to the. no, Blake
What, the plane?
Not the plane. We didn't get to the plane yet.
What did they get him on? Chopper.
The chopper. Gotcha.
Helicopter. Plane, helicopter. It's not
Back to the IDG.
To the chopper.
Yeah, back to the chopper. Back to the 10 for Cam. Oh, that's funny. So to get back, so they get the dogs. They're all waiting to see if this cure will work. They inject the dog with the supposed cure.
Yeah.
Nothing happens.
And his heart rate is like insane.
Yes.
Love you too, Cindy J.
And Mitch gets pissed.
Mitch is like, he's having a bad day, man.
Yes.
He is having a bad day.
He's not happy. So he goes down. He's, you're not doing it right, and he's going to do it himself.
I wanted him to sit down in the lab like he did.
I'm done.
I am frustrated with the cure.
I love when he did that. I just love it. He just sat down. He just
I know.
sit down.
It was so funny.
Oh, Jesus.
But yeah, I mean, that was a little disappointing.
So the cure is not really working, and he knocks over everything. He's just like, yeah, he knocks over everything. That's it. And they're like, okay. So
I would have given up right then.
So he did, because basically we're too late. It's not working.
Yeah.
And I think, and see, because I read the book, so I know if they're gonna follow the book, I'm curious. There is really no.
And by the way, I would like to point out, you were complimented for this last season.
Yeah.
If you're watching the after show, James does not spoil anything from the books, but he teases it, which is very fun because I've not read them.
Yeah. So there was no kind of, there wasn't a liquid cure. I should say.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the way Jackson's blood is changing the way the humans can mutate. Only if they have the blood they can. Well, there's a whole thing about
that's Maximus on.
Yeah, there's a whole thing about we found later in episode that there's that Kovacs, we find out later is the manimal.
Yeah.
Is something's going on with his molecular genetic structure that he turned into that.
Right.
So maybe does Jackson have the same molecular structure?
Possibly.
I don't know. But literally, they decided they need to go to Argentina to go talk to Dr. Mark Vickers and his team who are down there, because Dr. Vickers believes now we have a new thing. We have a new thing now, you guys. A phase 2 mutation.
Yeah.
That's a new thing now.
That's not good.
So that's the manimal. Is the phase 2 mutation, and so he's down there trying to figure it all out.
Do you think now, when we're talking phase 2 mutation, does that mean that that is the only form a phase 2 mutation can take, or does a phase 2 mutation on, say, a leopard or something else look similar but for the leopard?
Yeah,
I don't know.
So far they're saying that this guy is kind of like this or whatever he is phase 2,
and he does a lot of damage with one arm.
Yeah, he does. He does with one arm. And so they need to capture the creature, obviously, to bring him. So they get on this plane that was the bomb. First of all, I was like, I want to fly on it.
How about the plane that was definitely not CGI and totally there? It was like, if I could fly like that all the time.
God, they had bedrooms. Yeah, you get who gets the master bedroom? Like master bedroom? Like, oh my god.
Master bedroom
and kitchen and like it was just huge.
I'd be happy on a Southwest flight if they'd let me lay on the floor.
Well, didn't you sit in the jump seat?
I did.
Don't lay on the floor.
I know it's gonna be gross.
Yeah, not on Southwest. Oh no.
Lisa in YouTube just asked you, James, is there still more book? How much did they do in season 1?
Yes, and there's also a new book out, Zoo 2. Which just came out, and I'm reading that too. And it centers, so far I'm reading it, it centers around the manimal. So it's a story.
Oh, it does?
So far it does.
That's interesting.
But in the first book, there was no manimal.
Right.
The first book was very much all the animal. It was very animal-centric. And they followed, so far, some of it. One of the main things they didn't follow, which I can give away, doesn't matter, is that one of the main characters was a monkey, an ape, in the book.
I'm sorry, what?
I think they transferred it to somebody else on the show.
Could the monkey in the book talk?
No.
Oh, well, I don't know. I thought it was a mutation.
Yeah, we didn't talk. But that's all I'll get away with that. But the book,
because I'm half expecting at some point that the animals start talking. I'm being serious.
Yeah, no, I can't give that away. But I can tell you that so far, no, they did the way it ended last season was not the ending of the book at all. So
it wasn't.
No, it wasn't.
That's interesting.
So I'm curious to see if they do that this season. I'm curious to see what they're doing.
Yeah.
For this season. But the new book 2, Zoo 2, it's out. You can get it on Amazon, Nook, all those places, and I just started reading it. It's
Can I borrow
300
yours
pages.
when you're done with it?
Just start reading it. So there we go. Okay, so this plane is the bomb. We meet the pilot, Greg Trotter, who's my favorite new scene-stealing character.
I did, yeah.
Later he was
Love
like,
me some Greg Trotter.
He got totally like mauled by the manimal, and he gets up and he's like, I can fly a plane anytime. I'm fine.
See, now I love that he did that.
Yes.
But I am the way too suspicious person that would be a passenger on the plane. I'd be like, excuse me, what if you passed out? You were just attacked.
Yes, and he was knocked out, but
he is a baller, man.
a guy with gray hair. I like that on my pilots.
He was, you know, of all the guest stars tonight, he was probably the most fitting one.
Yeah, he was good.
Yeah,
he was good. And that plane was a bomb. So anyway, so you get that. And they have a lab on the plane too. So we have a lab. No more hotels with makeshift labs anymore. They did that all last season. It was like hotels with makeshift labs.
I really would love to see like a blueprint of the plane to see how this all fits inside a plane.
There's an upstairs, downstairs. There's everything. But Mitch, who went off earlier, shows up on the plane and kind of gives like a almost apology for acting kind of an ass, and says you can't choose your family sometimes, and he kind of intimates their family.
Yeah. But at that point, it was kind of confusing for me because I thought he, Maximus says, "How is the gigantic plane flown by one man?"
Yeah, nobody has two. Yeah,
autopilot. It's flown by no man, actually.
Right.
What was I saying? Oh, when what was I gonna say?
Yeah.
Oh, when Mitch comes in and says the family thing, I thought that at that point he had forgiven Abe, but clearly not because later on he brings it up. But let me ask you, because I was kind of confused here, and maybe you know, maybe the people out there know. When what's her name? The new lady who there is like, who brought them the plane? What's her name? Eleanor. When Eleanor said the plane was provided by a third party, interested third party, that's when Mitch walked down the stairs. She doesn't mean Mitch, does she?
No, she means Mitch.
Okay.
I thought she did at first too, but no, it was not. He just happened to be upstairs when.
Okay.
Because he goes, I asked all the same questions.
I see. Okay.
It was the timing was off. But basically, they're talking about they need to. Their job is to stop the mutation because they have 6 weeks before they vote on the NOAA objective. Rating Global. I thought of my girl Jordana. They're somehow involved, and at this point, they think Radon Global started this whole thing.
Yeah.
Which we don't know if that's true or not at all. We still don't know if that's true or not, but they're involved somehow. Meanwhile, Vickers and company find a place to hide because it's raining really hard. So they're at night. Mitch talks to Clementine. You see her? She
does. That was nice.
I was wondering about her, and so they actually showed her, but I thought of Jordana again because they mentioned Henry. Because Henry had to be quarantined with the other animals.
Henry.
You know how Jordana felt about Henry. That was her dog.
Yeah.
That was her dog.
Clem looked a lot older.
Well, I guess it's been a year or so. Kids at that age, they do change. My granddaughter, I think, had a growth spurt recently, and then she had to wear a boot because it actually hurt. My brother, I think, went through the same
You're kidding me.
Mm-hmm.
I've never even heard of such a thing.
I didn't wear a boot, but I know for the fact that my growing pains were so bad, I had to take like a month or two off of school because I couldn't move.
Yeah, she has it around her her feet.
When I was 3 years old, I was able to ride Space Mountain at Disneyland. That's how tall I was.
Wow,
Alexis.
Yeah. So like I couldn't go to preschool because I was in so much pain.
Yeah. So she's having pain. She sent me a picture of her in a boot.
I didn't know that was a thing.
She's 11. It's kind of crazy. It's at that age. So they're in Argentina and they hear a team is coming, but all of a sudden, just maybe jump. Dr. Richards doing a speech. We got to stay here. We got to fight for the human race, and he gets stabbed in the neck.
Yeah, that was.
And then the whole
pretty
team,
sudden.
Basically, the whole manimal killed everybody except. I didn't learn her name till the end of the show.
I didn't either. I just kept writing lady down.
I kept writing chick.
There you go.
Her name is Dorella Marzan. And they never said her name the whole time. They did that with his mother. We don't even know her name. So Jackson's mother in Africa, we don't even know her name still.
Oh, it's Mama J.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. Mama Oz.
That's the thing about the show. We said it kind of at the beginning. There's so much information.
There's so much information.
Because each week this is like a movie, and there's so much information that's being packed in that things like names, trivial.
Right. And literally, we just finished the first hour of the show just now. That was like the first hour. That was the first hour of the show. That first episode.
So so much information.
That was so crazy.
It's so much information.
It was just crazy. So then the team arrives. Back in Canada, Jenny ventures out.
Yeah.
It's a mess. The guy's still dead. She buries him. She gives him a proper burial.
Bury him. That was nice.
That's very nice of her to give him a proper burial. Think about how she came, where she thought she was kidnapped and all stuff. Now
it's interesting because she was creeped out, and now it was like her best friend died.
Yeah, he died. She barricaded the windows. Got her that animal's like that Pikachu.
Pikachu.
Cuckoo,
Cuckoo.
like the song.
Cuckoo.
Stop.
Something like that.
A little Beatles for you.
Maximus just asked, I completely forgot, but is Jackson's dad still alive?
No, he's
Maybe a
dead.
Stupid ask. Yeah, he is.
There's
dead.
never stupid questions, only stupid people.
Right you are.
No.
Right you are.
Right you are. No, yeah, he's dead. When we saw him as in videos and stuff. Played by Ken Olin, who we love.
Kobe, Manimal is just a savage.
Yeah. Well, he's that. Well, yeah. I'm using the word until you find out what he is. He's Kovac, so I'm calling him Manimal.
I liked Manimal.
It reminds
Trademark,
me,
James Lott Jr.
James Lott Jr. I'm calling him Animal. That's what I'm calling him. So the animal is still inside, screeches at her. She packs a backpack, goes on the roof. At first, like putting these rocks on the roof. We're like, what is she doing?
Yeah.
She's spelling out Caraquet. That's the
Caraquet.
title of the second episode. Caraquet.
Caraquet. Which is supposedly
Or
a
a tough
city.
chick. Yeah, she was a tough chick. So he's trying to get there. So she walks off into the wild. Meanwhile, Chloe's like, leave the animal alive. Abe will stay and help bury the team with Tough Chick.
Yeah.
Because she really wanted to do that, which I guess I don't blame her, I guess. I mean, she really wanted to give something. But back in the plane lab, they're looking at the manimal and they're seeing that his arm scarring is just like
Jackson's dog bite.
some celerity.
Which, by the way, it's Jackson's dog bite is on his arm, right?
So his arm.
Okay.
But they have the same patterns. It looks kind of crazy.
Man, Manimal's face was not looking good.
Ooh, no, he was looking a
Holy
little rough.
crap.
A little rough.
Looked like me right before prom. And the freaking acne everywhere. They called me Manimal in high school, actually.
No,
I
they
didn't-
didn't.
Yeah, they
I
did.
didn't get acne until I was in my 30s.
Really? So that happens to some people.
Lies and deceit.
What?
Lies and deceit. It was
Yeah,
weird.
he was not. I mean,
Well, he was gross looking. And Mitch thinks he looks like he's turning into the perfect predator. Like, I wrote that down because that's something that's...
which I, you know what's interesting though? I would think that the perfect predator, because Manimal seems like he's lost brain function.
But as they're saying, so there's some things that look like they were turned off.
Right.
And so Chloe's like, let's turn it on so
Yeah.
you can talk. And when
Let's
he ended
turn him on.
Let's turn him on.
Yeah.
That kind of show. Zoo After Dark.
That would have been a twist.
That would have been a twist, all right. That would have been a
Turn him on.
Turn him
We'll be
on.
okay.
You can talk. And so yeah, but first of all, meanwhile they're trying to think about that because what's his name? Mitch thinks he could actually do something to kind of turn on some brain function.
Yeah.
in there.
In the cerebral cortex. Yeah.
And Chloe lies to Eleanor on FaceTime. I said FaceTime, but on video chat.
That's FaceTime.
On FaceTime.
Yeah. Skype, whatever.
You know, we didn't find anything. And she told him, if we tell them, you know what they're going to do? Oh my God, he looked like the rock guy from Fantastic Four.
Cindy J in the YouTube chat.
He did kind of.
I love it.
Because he had like these ripped jeans on. He looked kind of hot actually, a little bit.
What?
In a weird way. I think he's kind of big and beefy with no arm.
Just a peek into James Lott Jr.'s.
No arm?
It's like kinda
Is that
crazy.
your thing? No arm?
That's fine. I mean, you know,
goodness.
as long as he has one, that's fine.
That's true.
And so anyway, they need to figure out what happens because that might happen. Manimal the Savage. Let's start a new hashtag. That's what Tater Squad thinks. Manimal the Savage.
Yeah.
That sounds like a wrestling person.
Lisa says Jackson will now be the key to the cure. It's bad.
That's possible.
Yeah.
I can see that if they go in that direction. So they need to figure out what's happening. They can't get him. They don't want him to get it taken away.
Yeah.
Manimal's arm was gnawed off. It looks like, which you find out later. He
By
did.
himself.
He did do it by
It's
himself.
like 127 hours stuff right there.
I watched that movie. It was so crazy.
Yeah.
And so it is Kovacs, this guy who's Hungarian, and they need to find the animal that did it, which was an elefante.
Yeah.
Elephant.
Which is it's an African elephant that's in
South America.
South America.
I know that's how did that happen.
How did it happen?
We don't know. That's kind of crazy. So Abe Jackson and the chick are driving there, and it's like there's like this, and this rain comes down. It's not rain.
It's not rain. It's a blood. It's
Blood
nasty.
and bile mixed together.
By the way, Jackson.
Oh my God.
It was. And Jackson's driving the Jeep or whatever the hell it was. He's like, look, there's weird acid rain. I'm going to roll down the window and put my hand outside.
That's gross.
What are you doing?
It was so gross.
I thought he was going to lick it.
It was so gross.
Tastes like maple syrup.
Why
It was
did you
weird.
do it to me?
It was weird. It was weird that he put his hand out. It was really weird. I'm like,
He probably just is like, I got bit. Nothing left to lose. It's a lost cause.
At this
Figure
point.
out what this is.
at this point. Then a guy comes out.
Vile.
Then a guy comes out with a machete. It's Tomas.
Tomas.
We got his name.
Poor Tomas.
I know and then Tomas gets it. We'll talk about that in a second. Chloe and Mitch, they went to try to turn on the thing. Meanwhile, the birds, they're noticing the birds while they're driving in Argentina.
Yeah.
The birds, like they're following them.
Yeah.
They're screeching everywhere, like wherever they are. And they get to the campground where the villagers were, which were all, they're dead. They're all dead.
Yeah, no, they're gone.
And Tomas explains what happened in the elephant and everything. But then suddenly the chick, tough chick, gets a radio signal.
Yeah.
They're like, wait a minute, this is my secure line. They're all dead.
Yeah.
They're buried.
Yeah.
It was like, I was there. Like, this is crazy. But she's like, I have to go back. I have to see what's going on. Mm-hmm.
Terrible idea.
The zoo came from a zoo or a circus. I don't know if they had anything down there, zoo or circus about down there. I remember they did.
I mean, yeah, it's possible.
Possible. Okay, so Abe and the chick will go back. She said they kind of have like a little moment. They're kind of funny, and they have a little moment.
Yeah.
They're gonna go back and look for the dead rangers.
Yeah.
Jamie's still walking. She steps on a nail. This is the gross part, which I love the gore, of course. And tracks blood, pulls out the nail, and pulls out her toes.
Oh my god.
And the big toe has frostbites.
The big toe is black.
It's black. Yes. When she's walking
which,
around it,
by the way, it needs to be removed.
it will have to be removed. It's too bad. It's too late.
Yeah.
She'll have an amputation. But here's the thing. It's crazy because she's walking around in just regular socks. I'm like, where are like the thick socks?
Yeah,
She pulled off
that's
like little
true.
booties. I was like, what the fuck are you
That's true.
What thing you're pulling off? I
James.
know. I did it. Oh, I got opening. I love it. But anyway, so it was just kind of crazy. 'Cause I'm like, she has the big boots on, but you also need thick socks to go with the boots.
Yeah, you
can't
need
just
to
wear-
like layer up them socks.
Yes, I'm sorry. Yes, you should have did like 3 or 4 layers.
Yeah. Plus, if you would have had like some Dr. Scholl's pads going or something, you wouldn't have gotten that nail in the foot.
Yeah, because I'm sorry that they weren't steel toe or anything like. They were must have been just like regular. I mean, they weren't Doc Martens, obviously.
She got her boots at Ross Dress for Less, and then went out in the freaking
I
tundra.
went to Burlington.
Burlington Coat Factory boots. No, come on. Burlington's way classier than Ross.
So Jamie finds a cop car, and we're thinking, good, she found a cop car. Okay, she opens the cop car up, and these nursery of raccoons, I learned that last year.
Sorry, what is that?
It's a nursery of raccoons.
That's the group name?
Mm-hmm.
That's fun.
Because I was surrounded by one last year. Remember I told the story? I was surrounded by a nursery of raccoons in my
That
house.
sounds
They're
too
so
innocent,
scary.
though. We should change that to something
Yeah, I know,
else.
because they have hands.
A sweet nursery of
Raccoons.
raccoons ate the cop alive.
They did. They're gnawing on his chest.
Yeah.
They were gnawing on his
Oh,
chest.
God.
I was like, you gotta be kidding me.
Yeah.
And so he's dead. So she pulls homeboy out and gets in the car, and she's like, okay, I'm being here. The car won't work. So then this next day, all of a sudden, something's wrong
Yeah.
next day.
Good
So
place to sleep.
yeah, she had a place to sleep. She was
Yeah.
safe there. Back on the plane, Chloe and Mitch actually. Well, Mitch asked her, "Are you not telling me something?" They're all Dollar General boots.
They were, Kobe.
Dollar
That's
General.
Tater? That's Tater?
Yes, Tater.
Tater. Dollar General boots. That's
Could
right.
frostbite happen that fast? Yes.
Yes, Lisa, it could.
It's no seriously. It depends
Yeah.
on how cold the snow is.
Yeah.
How cold it is outside.
Have
It
you
can
ever
happen-
gotten frostbite?
No, I haven't. Thank God. But I've treated frostbite.
I
That's
have,
when I was a nurse.
Yeah.
If you guys ever watched the show last
Wait,
year,
where
I'm a
were you a
nurse.
nurse?
In Los Angeles,
Where did they
Sacramento.
get frostbite in Los
No, what
Angeles?
people go to the mountains. Hello, I've done some
Like
nursing.
Big Bear?
Yeah, like Big Bear
And they
Mammoth.
drove 2 hours to you?
No, I was up there.
They're insane. Oh, you were up in Big Bear. Okay.
I mean, I guess that's
I'm
one way to get
not
frostbite if
I'm
you
not
wait
faulting
2
you. I'm
hours.
going. Well, you kind of deserve to have your foot cut off. If you're driving 2.5 hours to get treated by James.
I mean, it's
in
me.
LA.
It's me. Hello.
That's
They want
true.
to make sure that they get the right treatment.
Thank you.
so they
Thank you,
will-
Alexis.
they
But then
will
when they
have their
get
full-
to you go, yeah, you should.
I'm
2.5
all- I'm
hours.
like, you guys are idiots. You're losing a whole toe. Thank you. Yes. Yes, exactly. Well, you know. Anywho, back to the show. So anyway, so he says Isabella. So it's kind of funny. He said he says Isabella. He's crying, kind of.
Kind of, yeah.
It was a weird,
Kinda
whatever,
looked like he was
liquidy.
being pleasured though. Isabella. Very weird.
Yes, and he starts choking on some kind of weird. It was like purplish, whatever, liquid. And so, of course, as if you don't know this, if someone's choking, you turn them on their side.
Yeah.
And sometimes you can rub their back to help them kind of calm down.
Alternatively, you can drive 3 hours to get care.
You different.
By James Lott
then I'll
Jr.
turn you on your side.
There you go.
Exactly. They try to, and he punches Mick in like the throat. And then he gets out. Yes, CJ, in my previous life, I was all kind of stuff. I had a lot of careers. I'm old. I'm 47. I've had a lot of careers. He punches Mitch, and he gets out in like the planes. Now he has a huge plane.
Why didn't they have him tied down?
Well, wasn't he tied down at first? Did he break free? I mean, when
how did he break free that easily?
I think if they were trying to turn him aside, they had to
undo it or something. I see.
Yes.
Okay, yeah,
They had to undo it. Meanwhile, in Argentina, Ward's gone. Where he was buried, Ward there. He's gone.
Ward was picked up. Yeah.
They saw no tracks or anything.
Yeah.
It was like he was picked up. We see later, picked up by vultures. Those vultures were huge.
I didn't know that they were that big.
The vultures are big. I knew that part I knew. But
have you seen a vulture?
Yeah, in the Southwest.
I mean, like, how big are we talking? Like, CGI big?
They were pterodactyl big.
They were
pterodactyl.
Yeah, they were CGI big.
Okay, that's why I asked.
But vultures are big. They have big wingspan.
They're pretty awesome.
Yes, they are. No, actually, that's the thing. I like vultures.
It's widely known that vultures have the wingspan of a 747.
Carrying a large
you
black
like
man.
vultures?
No, I've seen vultures, and they're actually not bad. I mean, like their function. I mean, they eat off of dead things, but that's just because that's how it works. But
I appreciate that, though.
Yeah, they're fine.
That's
they take
recycling.
Yeah, they just wait till you're dead.
Yeah,
I appreciate that.
They don't attack you or anything.
You're making the most of the situation.
Yeah, they don't attack you. So
don't let it go to waste.
So then James and Tomas find the car that Kovacs was in all turned over. Okay, here's the part that gets me. Here's the part that gets me.
What? Tomas?
No, here's the part that gets me. I can't get cell service in this studio sometimes.
Yeah.
And they got cell service.
Satellite phone.
No, it was a regular cell phone. It looked like it was a Boost Mobile or something. And it was like 31%. Okay, first of all, my phone
satellite phones can look like
it was not a satellite
phones.
phone. It was a regular phone that he got for $9.99, a track phone for $9.99 at Walmart, and it said 31%.
A trap phone.
Track phone. A burner phone. No, it was a regular phone. And it had 31%. I'm like, how long has he been a manimal? Now you got 31% left on your phone.
Do you know what's funny? I agree with you, and I think that in movies and TV, it's either there's signal when there should never be signal, or there's not signal where there absolutely should be signal.
Because I'm like, they're in the middle of the jungle.
Yeah. Or alternatively, they'll be in the middle of like New York City.
Right.
And they're standing on, go and do one of these. Where's the service?
Well, that's my life in Inglewood sometimes. I can't get service. I'm like, I have to cross over to LA to get service. See what I did there?
Very nice.
Thank you. Good night. Yeah, they were gross and they kind of horrifying looking. They were huge.
Yeah.
But they were carrying Ward back to the. They're like stockpiling humans.
Yeah.
For food.
Yeah.
That was gross.
I don't know. I appreciate it.
Yeah, good. Mm-hmm. So anyway,
make the most of those dead bodies.
So they see the chewed off arm. That was Kovac, of course. They see the elephant shows up. Elephants are huge. Like, I've seen them in person. They're huge.
Yeah, they are.
And so Jackson goes from behind to get the blood sample. He gets it.
He gets it at the cost of, thank you, Cindy J. Yes. OMG, you guys are killing me. Smile, smile, smile for the podcast listener. Yeah. Poor Tomas.
Tomas doesn't get, not just knocked out into the streets, but then he gets stepped on his back. And they make the noise. It's like, he's like, Ayúdame.
I'll give you one on a micro scale.
Oh, that's what it sounded like.
Why?
And then he goes for his head. Now,
I know.
Yeah, if this was HBO or Showtime, we would have saw it.
Yeah, if this was Game of Thrones Zoo Edition. That would actually be fun to watch.
Oh, it'd be fun to actually be fun to watch. Baby. It would be fun to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was kind of, we knew what happened. They were like,
the fact that you saw. I'm surprised they didn't just like crunch him in one fell swoop. When you see his spine get broken in half first in his face.
And then, the lifting of the huge foot coming forward was like, he's done. Yeah, he's done. So Tomas, he done. I think he either did he get scared off to the side or did he just kind of like
Tomas? Or did I think he honestly, I think he was distracted by something. He got a text. They have signal there, so.
He had a signal. I was like, that's kind of crazy.
Snapchatting.
He was tweeting. He's like, oh my God, I'm about to die by this elephant.
Hashtag watch the elephant.
No, watch the elephants. He's like, watch the elephants.
It's too real.
So Abe and the chicks show up in the Jeep, and they're like, come, let's do this. Let's get out of here. So they're driving out, but the tranks aren't working on the elephant.
Yeah.
So here's the preposterous scene of the night.
Tell me. It's also my favorite.
Mine too. I know, I loved it. It was totally, this is okay. This was totally for you, Lisa, who says this show is preposterous. Because this scene was completely preposterous, and I loved it. So, they tell Trotter, who's like, sure, I can start the plane. Because meanwhile, they trap the manimal. They finally trap him. They trap him into a thing.
In the cage thing. In the plane.
In the plane. So he's trapped. they're taking off down a runway while Abe is driving the Jeep to go into the back of the plane while the elephant's chasing the Jeep.
That's pretty great.
And it works.
I wanted to see, first of all, that reminds me of so many other movies, like Mission Impossible type stuff.
Yes.
Number one. Number two, I wanted to see the car miss and the elephant run on the plane. Because that would have been a sight.
That would have been. Well,
Holy
what's the
shit.
thing? Zoo does stuff like that sometimes. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised he didn't die when he got through. Because elephants can throw freaking motocycles.
Yeah, that's very true.
That is true.
That's
Yeah, he
very
didn't die
true.
then.
Maximus says, yeah, the show's kind of unrealistic.
Just a bit.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, Thomas's death reminded me of a scene I was talking to Cameron about recently.
Yeah.
In not Deep Impact, the other one.
Day
After Tomorrow.
Yes.
Where
yes,
Danny Glover plays the president. After all the snow comes, everybody's dead. He wakes up as a giant ship, the SS, like whatever, John Kennedy, is coming right at him. I'm like, why make him wake up? Like he couldn't stay dead. He's like, I'm coming, Elizabeth, or whatever he says. I was like, it was so effed up. That's how I felt about Tomas. Like, you got thrown, didn't die.
Yeah.
He's like, ayúdame, which means help me in Spanish, and there was no help for him.
Yeah. Nope.
That was just kind of crazy.
He just gets crunchered.
So they're all now they're all on the plane.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, in Canada, Jamie gets scared bejesus out of her by a guy named Logan.
Yeah. Who?
Like, where did he come from? How did he survive on his own?
I have a prediction about Logan.
Yeah. So they're going to head it to Caraquet. Abe thinks the vultures are responsible for the acid rain because of the whole bile and human blood. They found the perp villagers. They poisoned the water, and they destroyed the crops. So now we're getting to talk about phase 2, 3, 4, and 5. Like
No kidding.
They're doing now. They're doing a whole team of things.
It's almost like an alien invasion movie.
Yes.
Where they come in and they're wipe out communications and they hospitals.
We just saw Independence Day, so I'm like, just think about that.
Yeah,
right now.
no. So I think it's very much like that.
Yeah.
But the enemy from within,
The calls coming from inside the house. Yeah,
from
exactly.
below.
And so now the chick.
Calls coming from inside the
Yeah,
house.
that's how it feels to me.
And it's the monkey.
It's the monkey. Meanwhile, Dariella Marzan, now we know her name. Now we know who she
Finally,
is.
God.
When Abe went back, when they tried to get Ward, it didn't work. First the vultures dropped him. He's like,
Yeah.
Then they just pick him again.
If he wasn't dead, he definitely is now.
dead. And they had it was like a little bullet. So I guess it's something that they carry stuff and his name on it. So I guess they carries little notes in there if something happens to them. So
Yeah.
Abe got it, gave it to her. She's reading it. And there's a whole inside joke going on. His wife's about to have a baby, this guy Ward, and they're trying to think of the name. And Marzan and Ward were best friends since, I guess, college. And she says she kind of knew what the name would be of his baby that he wanted, and it was Hermione, which of course is
Hermione.
from Harry Potter. He was a Harry Potter fan.
Yeah.
And they're like, Ronnie's a nasty, that's an ugly name, oh my God. And he would never say that she was right. It was like best friends do. They kind of play around with each other.
Yeah.
It's like me and Cameron do.
Yeah, I never do that. Shut up, James. Shut up.
And so at the end, she opens it up and it has a little note to my dear Hermione. So it's kind of like she knew, and it was completely going to be like this thing where it was like him talking to his newborn daughter. Something happened to him, and she's upset. Meanwhile,
Can I bring up something that
yes.
Lisa just said in the
Yes.
Because
Yes.
I completely agree. I don't mean to cut you off.
no,
James.
please go ahead.
Lisa says in the YouTube chat, "Floor it, Abe. Why wasn't he already flooring it?" I agree.
Yeah, all of a sudden it's like, okay, hold on.
Because Abe apparently likes a little drama in his life. Maximus also said, "What's going to happen to Mitch and Jamie? Logan and her are going to spend a lot of time with each other." That's actually my prediction about Logan.
Yeah, because you were feeling like you were saying stuff like, I should be a gentleman and blah blah.
He's going, "Hey, Jamie, warm me up." But I think that by the time Mitch gets to Jamie, Logan and her are going to be sweet on each other.
Could be a triangle, and he's more her age.
Logan, yeah.
Yeah, he looks like he's more her age.
And what does he look like without the park on?
Look kind of cute. We can't tell because they were fighting for their lives.
Yeah.
But she's reading the note. She's upset. They're talking. Mitch is like, okay, there's something specific about Kovacs genetic makeup. We gotta figure this out.
Yeah.
Homegirl comes out. She's like, that is not Kovacs.
She did not care.
Leave him alone. We need him. We need him. She's like, and it ends with her shooting him in the head.
You know what I liked about that? There was no
talking through it or anything.
There was no talking through it. There was no, I'm gonna do it.
Right.
I'm gonna do it.
Right.
Don't. hold me back.
Yes.
It's like, no, she just did it.
No, this show is like that, actually. I would say this show is good about that. This show really will just do stuff.
Yeah,
Remember
I
last
like
season?
that.
They do that. Just all of a sudden, they're like when Jamie killed, what's his name? Like, all of a sudden, when she's in the stairs, it's like, oh my God, she didn't hesitate and like have a long monologue. She was like, bang, bang, bang. She just, that was it.
What's the guy's name again?
I'm blanking on his name.
Jerry O'Connell? Is that him?
It was, no, the other guy. It was, blanking on his name.
We'll
warm them up with the bubble bath. I know bubble bath. I know the whole thing with the whole bubble bath thing when Mitch goes off on Abe. That's when you realize that he's still upset.
Yeah.
So he just wants his Jamie, that's all. And
He just
Chloe and
wants little
Jackson
Jamie.
are close, and they're trying to hold
Yeah,
their
they're
secret.
definitely doing it.
They're not doing it
Maybe
yet.
not right now because he has the
They're
blood.
we're a little busy right now trying to save the world.
But no, I mean, come on, you need a break every now and
How
then.
can you have sex while you're trying to save the world?
How can you eat while you're trying to save the world? You just
Same-
gotta,
no,
you just
same
gotta,
thing.
You just gotta do what you gotta do.
Jeez. I don't know about all that, you guys. I don't know. But that was 2 hours of
My Lord.
of Zoo. They made us work. Our first episode. Yeah, Jordana didn't come tonight. Of course, she knew it was 2 hours. That's why.
You know what though? I love the show
I do too.
because I have things to talk about with this show.
I learn stuff all the time on the show.
I learn stuff on this show. I think the writers do a great job of jam packing it with stuff
They do.
and things.
I'm like, when's the commercial coming?
I know.
They go long.
I love the leads to commercials with the music. Just, it's like, whoa! And when it comes back, there's like a Pepsid commercial and all this.
They did a Zika commercial. Remember, it was a Zika virus commercial on one of them.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, it's kind of
You
weird.
chose the right show, Lord above.
Oh, they're like, hopefully Logan works for Raiden Global.
Lisa.
Is that your prediction, Lisa? He works for Raiden
like
Global.
it.
That'd be an interesting twist. Because remember, she's against them.
Maximus is freaking out in the chat.
What a twist.
OMG, what a twist. Yeah, yeah, that would be a twist.
That would be a twist.
That would be interesting.
Oh, interesting. Oh my God. Well, Cameron Lewis, we did it.
We did do it, and you know we still need to go to the zoo.
And someone brought that up recently, and I said, 'cause I'm not a big zoo fan, but we do need to go.
I think we should do it. We should Snapchat it. We should put it up on somewhere.
I may Periscope it,
Periscope it, yeah, Periscope.
and then we can put it, and it goes up on Twitter.
Let's put it all up.
Put it all up. So we're gonna try to do that. You guys, where can they find you?
You can find me at the Only Camshaft on Twitter and Instagram. I'm gonna update my website soon, so if you're listening to this or watching this several weeks from now or right now, CameronLewis.com is the website. Jordana_Morphin.
Yes.
It's Jordana Morphin. You can follow her. She's going to be back with us next week.
Yes, she
James
will.
Lott Jr., how about you?
You can follow me at James Lott Jr. On all social media platforms. My radio show, the SOS show, is on Drone Radio every Friday morning. Cameron's going to come on in August. We already going to work it out.
That's right.
We're going to do it, and we're going to get Lexus on there too one of these days too.
8 Tours, 890.
8 Tours, 890. And tomorrow night I'm doing the Baby Daddy After Show, which I love doing that show with Dakota He Jones. Thank you for watching us. Follow us, and we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.